What if Neo was in MHA? Chapter 11. Cavalry Battle. The participants for the cavalry battle had been given 15 minutes to form teams. For Cinder, Shoto and Bakugo, this would be easy, but not for Izuku. Despite his impressive display, no one wanted to team up with him. His 10 million points was really putting everyone off joining his team, except of one person. Neo. Thank you, Neo. You're always there for me, Izuku said, bear hugging Neo and crying a waterfall. Neo felt quite embarrassed with the many eyes on them. She patted on Izuku, wanting him to let go. Oh sorry, Izuku said, letting go. Neo just smiled at Izuku. Okay, let's think about this. If we had a lower point value, I think we could succeed in the cavalry battle with just the two of us, but with 10 million points everyone will be after us. I could keep us away and you could hide us with your quirk, but that wouldn't work if our mobility is restricted. Shoto can use his ice to block our path, and there could be others with similar use. I wonder if Izuku said. Izuku looked towards Cinder. She was with the mint hair girl from the race and a boy with silver hair. Seems like she already has a team. I don't recognize those two. Are they from class 1B? Ah, they must have been friends before UA, that would explain it. It's a good decision, our class don't know what their quirks are and vice versa for class 1B, Izuku said. Hey, Izuku. Let's be on a team, Uraraka said. Uraraka. Are you sure? Everyone will probably be after me because of my 10 million points, Izuku said. If we run away the whole time, then we'll win, right? And besides, it's better to team up with people you like, Uraraka said. It's actually great that you want to team up with me. Your quirk is an excellent counter to being trapped. And now I know just who to ask to be our fourth, Izuku said, looking towards Tenya. Izuku, Neo, and Uraraka went over to Tenya to convince him to join their team. With Neo as our rider, she can hide us from other teams. Me and Tenya can move us around quickly, whilst Uraraka would use her quirk to get us out of a trap. With this team up, no one should be able to catch us, Izuku said. I expected no less, Izuku. But I'm afraid I have to refuse, Tenya said. How, Izuku said. Since the entrance exam, I just keep losing to you. You're a wonderful friend, but that's why, if I just keep following you, I will never grow. Bakugo and Todoroki aren't the only ones who see you as a rival. I will challenge you, Tenya said, walking towards Shoto's team. Will your strategy work with just the three of us, Uraraka asked. Ah, perfect, you're still alone, a girl said. The three turned around to see a girl with pink hair getting very up close. Team up with me, person in first place, the girl said. Ah. Who are you, Izuku asked. I am Mai Hatsune, from the support course, Mai said. Oh, that weird person from back then, Uraraka said. I don't know you, but let me use your position, Mai said. Mai then explained she wanted to use Izuku's 10 million point value to show off her inventions. Izuku decided to let her join as her inventions would grant them improved mobility. The 15 minutes were now up. Now then, it's about time to get started, Midnight said. Neo's team had Izuku, Uraraka, and Mai as the horse and Neo as the rider. Uraraka was wearing Mai's hover boots and Neo was wearing a jetpack. Let's get this party started. The cavalry battle begins in 3, 2, 1 begin, present Mike announced. Immediately Izuku's team was being rushed down by several other teams. As we thought. Time to run away, guys, Izuku said. Not so fast, a boy said. Izuku's team then began to sink into the ground. Neo. Uraraka, Deku yelled. Uraraka used her quirk to make everyone else weightless. The four then flew up into the sky. Gyro, now, Toru yelled. On it, Gyro said. Gyro shot her earphone jacks towards Neo's team. But as they made contact, Izuku's team shattered like glass. What? Why'd they shatter like glass? A team asked. Right, Neo's quirk is a pain, Gyro said. Where are they? They can't hide forever. Once they land we'll see them, Toru said. Several glass shimmers began to form on the outer edges of the field. There were now several copies of Neo's team. What's this? Team Vanille has just shadow-cloned Jujutsu. Amazing. But which one is real? Present Mike asked. That's the big question indeed, Shoto said. Come out or face me, you cowards, Bakugo yelled. Some teams decided to try and find Neo's team whilst others teams decided to get points from other teams. However, one team was standing still. Cinder's team was at a corner of the field looking for Neo's team. No matter how impressive your illusions are, you can't hide everything, Cinder said. Cinder, over there, the mint hair girl said. Cinder looked to see dust being kicked up. Good job, Emerald, Cinder said. Let's go get that headband, the silver hair boy said. We shall do no such thing, Mercury, Cinder said. But why not? Mercury asked. Because someone else has already spotted them, Cinder said. A large wall of ice then cut off a chunk of the field from the other teams. You're trapped. Show yourselves now, Shoto said. There's no point in continuing to hide, we can see you now, Momo said, wearing heat vision goggles. Neo's team then appeared at the end of the field. Seems you've figured us out, but are you sure you can get our 10 million? Deku asked. He's right. If we're not careful we'll blow our shot. Neo can fool our eyes, but with Momo's thermal goggles that is mitigated. And I don't think Izuku can break through it. Our real problem is Eureka and the support girl. They can allow them to fly over the ice. We can't waste time, Shoto thought. Eureka, Izuku yelled. Kaminari. Momo, Shoto yelled. On it. Indiscriminate shock, Kaminari yelled. Neo, the jetpack. Use it as a lightning rod, Izuku yelled. Neo quickly threw the jetpack. Kaminari's electricity was attacked to the jetpack, protecting them from the attack. No. My baby, my said. Damn it, Shoto said. Everyone, I'm going to do something that'll make me useless to you. But it's worth it, Tenya said. What are you gonna do? Shoto asked. Neo, Izuku said quietly. Make sure you get that headband. Brace yourselves. Hold on tight. Talk over, Tenya said. Shoto's team came at Neo's team with incredible speed. Respira burst, Tenya yelled. Shoto's team then came to a stop on the other side of the field. Tenya. What was that? Shoto asked. Forced my torque and RPM into overdrive, which gave me explosive power. Unfortunately, the recoil stalls my engines for a while. It's a secret move I've been saving. I told you, Midoriya, that I'd do my best to beat you, Tenny said. That you did. That was an impressive move. But I think you've missed something, Izuku said. Izuku and Neo then showed the headbands. Huh. When did you grab those? Momo asked. When you flew past, Izuku said. How's that possible? Kaminari asked. I wouldn't worry about that now. I'd be more worried about if you got the 10 million, Izuku said. Neo then manipulated the numbers on the headbands. After them, Shoto yelled. But Tenya said. Doesn't matter. They're trapped. And we can't risk that they have the 10 million, Shoto said. Shoto's team started to run towards Izuku's team. What are we going to do? Eureka asked. Charge right at them, Izuku said. But why? We have the 10 million and their points, don't we? Mai asked. Do we? Izuku asked. Neo's team then charged at Shoto's team. Wait, they're charging. Do we have the 10 million then? Or is it a fake out? Shoto thought. As Neo's team got close, Shoto unknowingly used his fire. There was then an explosion at the ice wall and Bakugo's team came through. Deku, Bakugo yelled, flying through the air. All team were about to converge when "Time's up" present mic announced. The teams stopped in their tracks. Everyone then broke up their horse formation and waited to hear the results. Damn it. What was I thinking? Shoto thought, looking at his left side. Midoriya. Tell me. Do we have the 10 million points? Tenya asked. You're about to find out, Izuku said. In first place, Team Todoroki present Mike said. That was too close for comfort, Momo said. In second place, Team Neo present Mike said. We did, yes, Uraraka said. Izuku and Neo looked at each other and smiled. In third place, Team Bakugo present Mike said. Damn it, Bakugo yelled. And in fourth place is Team Cinder. These four valiant teams will advance on to the final round. Hold on. That leaves an odd number present, Mike said. Then a student from the fifth place team will be allowed to advance to the final round. In fifth place we have Team Shinso. One of you will advance to the final round. Decide amongst yourselves or be subjected to a random selection, Midnight said. And with that, let's take an hour lunch break present, Mike said. The students started to head towards the cafeteria, but two students went to an entrance to the arena. Shoto and asked Izuku to come with him to talk. What did you want to talk about? Izuku asked. I was overwhelmed. And it made me break the promise I made to myself a long time ago. Facing you, facing your power. It reminded me of something. The power coming from you felt the same as All Might's, Shoto said. Izuku began to panic, thinking Shoto was going to discover his secret. Midoriya, tell me. Are you really All Might's secret love child? Shoto asked. How? Izuku asked. Are you? Shoto asked. What? No. That's not it at all, Shoto said. So there is a relationship between the two of you, Shoto said. We have similar quirks, he's been helping and giving me tips. Also, he feels responsible for what happened at the USJ, Izuku said. Right, sorry for bringing that up. I don't like talking about my injuries either. Still, you are connected to All Might, so I have even more reason to beat you. My father is Endeavor, the number 2 hero. He aims for the top, but he was never able to best All Might, Shoto said. Okay, but what does this have to do with us? Izuku asked. Have you ever heard of quirk marriages? Shoto asked. Yes. People wanted more power, so they sought out other to have children who were more powerful. An unethical practice disguised as old-fashioned arranged marriages. And since you brought this up, your old man participated in this practice, Izuku said. Yes. He used his influence and money to arrange a marriage with my mother for her quirk, Shoto said. A nice quirk, so he could negate the negative effects of his fire, right? Izuku asked. Yes, Shoto said. Disgusting, Izuku said. I'm surprised you've heard of them, Shoto said. I've heard of many things like them. Heroes aren't the bright light they are supposed to be. A hero is the reason why Neo can't talk, Izuku said. I see. I refuse to be a pawn for my old man. In my memories of my mother, I only saw her crying. She called my left side unbearable before she poured boiling water on my face. Everything I do is to show I don't need his quirk to win, Shoto said. At the other end of the corridor, two people were listening in. One was Bakugo. The other was Neo, but she was hiding from sight with her quirk, and in her hand was a recorder. End of chapter 11.